Tell me what's your purpose. You heard that voice right there, Heather B. That's the one and only Matthew Cuban reciting poetry.
That's what's up.
Poetry echoes everything we feel, everything we think. It's a sign of the times. It run parallels with everything you experience in your lifetime. Poets are the keeper of time. They tell the stories. They speak for the people. They speak for our consciousness. And coming to L.A., I was really excited this time around. I have a good friend of mine, Daphne Clark.
Okay.
I met her a while back through Hip Hop Cliff. I call him Hip Hop
What
Cliff
up,
Love.
Cliff?
Right? And she's an actress, producer, and she told me last time I came, you got to come to Trap Poetry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. What's Trap Poetry?
Another invite, another late night.
Have guns and knives.
Yeah.
What does that mean exactly?
What's going on?
Right? And she said, nah. She sent me a clip of it, and I was enamored once I watched it. I was excited. It reminded me of a time of my golden era when I used to, hit the streets back in the Love Jones days.
You was out there?
I was out there, HB. Off the top of my head kind of poetry. And I said, well, who is it that's putting all this together? And she mentioned this young man by the name of Justin Cox. And I said, connect us. And I said, what is he doing with it? What's going on with it? And she gave me some insight. I said, man, I would love to support this brother any and every way I can. I know how important this is. We was around when Def Poetry Jam became huge. And that became the consciousness of our culture. We're seeing that relived but evolved in a whole new way in 2023. Tracy G.
That's right.
I want to welcome him to the show, the one and only Justin Cox from Trap Poetry. Give him a big round of applause.
JC, baby, what's poppin'?
What up, Justin?
JC.
What's good?
What up, man? And Justin, man, he's a good dude, man. I was like, hey, man, come up to the show. We could talk about the event, and I can finally meet you in person. He said, Sway, I can't do it by myself, man. I got to bring my host with me. I got to bring him. I said, well, who do you have hosting this thing? And he said, Brittany Renner is going to be a host. I said, what?
Everybody said that.
I was like, love and lust, I get it.
You know what, Sway? Calm down.
Who better to talk about love and lust than Brittany?
Very ideal choice.
So I want to welcome her to the show. Brittany
Brittany!
Renner.
What's up, Britt? Hey, how are you?
Hey. Man, this seems perfect for you, Brittany.
It is.
You give a lot of advice on love, right?
I've been through a lot. Yep, I've been through a lot. And I'm a lover girl at heart, so I'm super excited to be able to share my perspective and share my truth tonight on the stage.
All right, that's going to be awesome. You've been through a lot. Was everything you've been through love?
No, I can say that I felt like I was always going about love the wrong way. And I thought lust at one point in time was love, like attention and just companionship, laying next to somebody. So I've had to bump my head down the stairs a lot.
You ain't the only one.
Right. But so now I have a totally different relationship with myself, with my body, a different love for myself. So now I do have a different perspective on love and how I want to maneuver.
Tell me about that new relationship with yourself. How do you treat yourself?
I would say that I'm never in a rush. I always find time for me, whether that's a massage, whether that's putting my feet in the grass, whether that's just being in my room by myself, going to the gym. I would say now too, because I've worn many hats, and I will say that I've been promiscuous. I've done really things, I'm not gonna say things I'm not proud of, but things that I just would not do now. And I would say that, I don't want to just say keeping my legs closed, but that's a part of it, is not giving up pussy like that, really getting to know someone, taking my time. And I feel like when you take your time, you naturally weed out these bad apples. And most people just want to just jump in the bed. So a big part of me, a part of this journey, even though it's not an ideal life, like a sexless life, this is a part of how I am loving myself, because there's nobody outside of me that's respecting me or valuing me. So I'm not going to give you the most sacred part of me.
I like that. Your experiences too. It's been public. A lot of your experiences have been public. I can't even imagine what that's like. But when you're dating people who are in the public eye, what are the things now? It's different from dating folks who aren't in the public eye. What are the do's and don'ts?
The do's and don'ts of dating someone publicly. Yeah. I'm going to be...
Or celebrity.
I'm going to be honest, whether it's the guy at Best Buy or a rapper, I just feel like you should just take your time. I think like take your time to co-sign someone. So for me, I just think that you have to kind of understand that girls want to sit on the same dick that's fucking you because they want to feel equivalent to you. So you're going to have to be with a man who has discipline. I'm sorry. You're going to have to be with a man who has discipline, who doesn't just, look at you a dime a dozen or just look at you as a whole. I mean, someone that really looks at sex as a sacred act. Otherwise, I mean, like I said, I could put a normal guy, put him in an abnormal situation, which is my life. What's he going to be? So that's why it's like, I don't really know the do's and don'ts. I'm still
You're still learning.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, right?
No, that's fair. That's a very honest answer and fair to say. I was having a conversation I was sharing with Sway with a male friend of mine, and we were talking about I've been, August will make 22 years I've been married. And he was like, dag, yo, that's like parents. And I was like, shut up. Just joking with him. And he said, what made you? He's like, yo, it's parents that stay married that long. Like, he said his folks was married for that long. Yeah. And he's like, what was it? And I was like, I was 28 years old when I realized the difference between partnership and companionship. It's like it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I think a lot of times we agree to companionship when we really want partnership. And then we don't understand some of the lines in between. It's like you go in, oh, this is cool. It ain't cool a lot of times. Yeah. It ain't cool. And you don't know how to step up and do it. And I said, I married the person that I went into a partnership with. And I can have a partner with, a lifetime partner. Yeah. Not the companion, not the buddy every now and then, not this is cool, whatever. I married a partner, and you have to understand what the difference is. And so I agree with you, and it's okay. And I'm so proud of you for saying I messed up. Because we all have messed up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's part of it. I think if you don't mess up, you won't know the difference between a companion and a partner. You won't know, So I think it's beautiful that you sharing your honesty and thank you for that. Because even 22 years or whatever, or 2 years, it's learning. It's still all learning along the way. So thank you.
Yeah,
you're welcome. I appreciate it.
We got other guests here, too, we're going to get to. How did becoming a mom evolve your way of thinking?
For me, I think my biggest thing was, what am I going to leave for him? Like, what is my life going to be? What's my legacy going to be? And because being young, being beautiful, I mean, when you have a big following and you're beautiful and people are lusting after you, like, you get to skip the line, figuratively and quite literally. So for me, I never thought about what am I passionate about? Because Fashion Nova or whatever company brand deal I had was paying the bills. So when certain things started to change and certain brand deals started to weed themselves out as I was evolving, when I had my son, I sat down and I asked myself, what do I want to create? Like, I want my son to be proud of me. I'm still always going to be my authentic self, but I wanted to leave my mark. And I've always believed, like, I actually created these leggings. They're inspired by FloJo. There's one. Come on. Right. But I really started to kind of dive deep and figure out, like, what do I want to create in this world? And I think that's just the biggest thing that changed my life as a mom. I look at my son as he's his own person. I'm just here to guide him, but he is going to grow and blossom on, like, whatever he's going to be, whether he wants to be a violinist, an accountant, basketball player, I'm going to support him. So I think for me is just following my heart, because I want my son to do the same with whatever that looks like.
Brittany Renner, I wanted her to talk, so you know why you need to come to this event.
Exactly.
You know something about love. You know a thing or two, Justin. Justin Cox, trap poetry. What is trap poetry?
Well, it's just that. And I'm glad Brittany came and she dropped that so everybody can hear her mind, how she thinks. So they'll think, oh, you want Brittany to come just because she's fine. Like, yeah, and she's dope. Like, she's deep, and she says it in a way that the culture can get it. That they can relate to it. And so I'm excited to see the damage she does. Now she's been 6 years in therapy, and all this Brittany we're seeing come through is healthy and awesome and dope. So that's why I wanted her.
That's what trap poetry is all about. That's
what trap poetry is. It's talking your shit. It's talking your truth. It's and that's just like if right after Pac got out of jail, trap poetry would have been where he went to, like, speak what he really felt and what was really going on. When Nipsey was doing marathon, he would have went to that spot where you could be authentic, be real, say some real stuff, but also connect to the community. So in essence, that's trap poetry.
Trap poetry. How many events have you done to date?
To date, we done a grand total of, what are we on, Fresh? 5? This is 5?
Okay.
It feels like it's been going.
When you go to Justin, when you go to different venues, are like the owners or the managers open to like having you guys come in? Because I could imagine sometimes people just like may not understand. It's like, what are you doing here? What kind of thing is this? What kind of crowd will this attract? Because I remember the Norican Cafe in New York, and that's where we used to go to hear before Def Poetry Jam. We would go hear people speak. So but that was a very eclectic kind of spot. So how are the promoters open to? I'm not the club owners and whatnot.
No, absolutely not. Like no, now they are because they see it's profitable and it's packed out. But yeah, in the beginning they weren't really excited about the concept. They thought no one's gonna come to see a poetry event. Yep. They're not gonna spend money at the bar. And I wanted to be in the bar. I wanted to be in a place where the trap happens. Like I didn't want to be a traditional poetry event where you snapping, you got incense blowing. I wanted to be you got Henny and Coke and
that thing is a party.
Sorry, you got
I'm trying to get you to come.
You have Remy and
Mind
Coke.
your business way. He really want to know what I'm doing. Why I can't be there. This is the trick. He's the radio trap. That's the radio trap poetry.
Let's see who you boot up with.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they were not receptive to it at all. And so just having faith, I have an awesome showing right here, Fresh, who I came to with the concept as well, and supported me. And a lot of friends like, yo, you gotta just do it. And I remember Love Jones and these movies inspired me. Like at one point, the Langston Hughes and the Lane Locks and Mary Baracas, these guys changed the culture. They changed the game in the Harlem Renaissance. And I was like, we need to change the culture and change the game. Even like how Brittany's talking, like we need people that have been through a journey and can talk about that journey in a way that can inspire other people, but they speak it in a real way. And so I just needed to happen. And so actually my first event, I just was lying to promoters like, man, I think everybody's, we got all these people coming, just hoping that the culture would grab onto it. And they did. The first one sold out. There was a line around the block. And we introduced this amazing rapper, poet right here, Jackson.
Jackson.
Came on the scene. And when he came on the scene, I think he really spoke trap, like trap poetry is that spirit of Pac. It is that spirit of Lauryn Hill. It's that Kendrick. And so when Jackson came on after he performed, people were like, that's trap. Like, what?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Like, there's a new voice using poetry, painting new pictures with it. I think people are going to be shocked what they see.
I'm glad you kept going. I'm glad y'all kept going.
Jackson, we're going to get to you in a second. You know where you at, right?
Yeah, I know where I'm at.
Okay, cool. Tracy, you know what it is.
I know where I'm at.
I'm being nice to Brittany here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm being nice to Brittany.
I know where I'm at.
Okay, cool. I know where I'm at. Tracy, you want to jump in?
Of course, man. Congratulations. I think this is very necessary. I feel like this is very nourishing for our culture. Britt, I've been following you for quite a long time, lady. You are a hell of an effective communicator, which is why.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. I was having a conversation recently with one of my girls, and we were talking about how a lot of times when we give advice, whether it's on a platform or whether it's just in an intimate circle, it can take a while for knowledge to become applied wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes we underestimate how long a healing process really is, how much an undoing process is, a detangling. So for you, Britt, if you can choose one thing, what would you say was advice of your own that you did believe but took a while to really settle in?
Whew, that was a great question. I'm trying to think. As far as advice goes, I think for me, I always knew that I was worth it, but I think the biggest thing, I didn't believe it. So I think I had to just go through all these different trials where I had the opportunity, like life was providing me the opportunity to do something different. And it was all these different challenges. It's like when I chose myself, I thought my life was instantly going to get easier and everything got harder. It's like once I got out of the hamster wheel, all these obstacles were thrown in my way. So I didn't really understand my value and my worth and how strong I was until I had the opportunity to show up every day. So I don't really know if it's necessarily advice, but I think it was just more so like what you're saying. You have to just kind of go through things. And I would say I still am in the boot camp phase of my journey to where I'm still elevating myself. And then as I'm kind of elevating and growing, I know my options will expand. But I'm still in boot camp. So I don't know. That's why I don't really have like the best answer for that. It's just I'm still in boot camp.
Nah, that's real.
Yeah, I'm just in boot camp.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about boot camp. It never ends.
Exactly.
Never.
Different
some final
stages.
destination.
Yeah.
Different stages of boot camp, right?
Yeah.
So who's in a relationship? Show of hands. So how you celebrating, Jackson?
Well, we probably gonna celebrate this weekend because she's working.
Okay.
I'm working.
Yes.
So we gonna celebrate this weekend. But yeah, I'm in a happy, healthy relationship.
Amen.
That's
Took
right.
Took me a minute to find it, and it was a lot to do with myself. I will never put the blame on the girls I dated. It was a lot of growing I had to do within myself. Even understanding like sex as being sacred, and understanding that like as the male, you're entering into someone, so you're like giving them your energy. You know,
Why you looking at me?
And they're
I've been
consuming
trying
it.
to tell you that, fool. I'm trying to talk to this man, y'all. Y'all don't understand my job, yo. It be rough with this radio op over there, yo. It's
Yeah.
rough.
I'm not a radio op.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. You was
Talk
speaking.
to him. Talk
But
to your
yeah,
man.
just
Jackson.
I look at it like if you're not right within and you're entering into this woman, like she's consuming you, right? So I think about it like I can walk into McDonald's and not consume it, but the female is actually consuming it. So it's like it don't mean as much to the male.
Yeah.
when
The
he enters.
carrier
Wow,
and the
Jackson.
supplier.
That's
polluted-
a fact.
The carrier and the supplier. We trying to talk to you,
Dr.
Sway.
Phil.
So what he's saying is his polluted sperm can pollute someone who's clean.
Because I'm the supplier. I'm the carrier as
Yeah.
the woman.
Okay.
And I keep telling you, you told me I'm too graphic, but listen, I'm about to break. I'm letting this supplier come in. I got to break my skin for this bad dope.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh.
with his bad dope.
Yeah.
So Jackson, you was shooting bad dope?
My energy
That's
was,
bad dope.
you know, yeah, the energy behind it, you know, like growing up, black dudes growing up, like you taught that like to be the man, you're supposed to have all these women, and you're not really supposed to like value a woman, cause like my friends and I, we was talking and they was like they thought that they were good guys because they don't beat women.
Right.
And I'm like, but mental abuse is worse because a black eye will heal in 3 weeks. But what you did to her mentally will probably stick with her for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So like,
You put her in therapy like
longer.
Brittany for like 6
Yeah,
years.
so-
right?
Well, yeah.
yeah. So like, I just
6 years.
6 years strong, baby.
Every
Yeah.
Thursday at 12:20.
You know what, Brittany? Get out.
yeah, that's it's facts though. Like after my last relationship had ended before I got in this one, I recognized that I had an issue being alone, and not in the sense of like I'm cool chilling by myself. I'm just to myself anyway. But I had an issue being alone. Like I always had to be texting some girl or
Being busy.
kicking it with her. Or like
being
even if I wasn't having sex, I just had to have a girl around. And then I was like, dang, I'm gonna just
Damn,
like
sound like
I'm gonna just be by myself.
it's like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah. So I was
The
just like,
younger
I'm
me.
gonna just be by myself.
Companionship versus partnership. They don't want no partner.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's that- I
Companionship.
need somebody to feel this lonely real quick.
Yeah.
But Brittany can relate to that part of it too, though.
But I've been on pussy strike since October, so I'm
Pussy strike. October, November, December, January, February, March. Where we at?
February, Sway.
February.
That's 4 months.
But I mean, that is a big deal.
It's not how long you strike. It's just about striking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, I don't need a cookie or anything. But I just,
No pun intended.
Yeah, she got it.
don't worry, I got my own cookie, babe.
That's
Got your own
right.
cookie.
Yeah, but no. I'm like so curious. Like, so how did you go about this change? Like, how did you make sex mean more to you? Like, when did it become meaningful?
Right.
Like, so what did you have to do?
Well, it was always like rooted in me. It was always meaningful to a certain degree. Like, cause I would feel condemned if I was just like sleeping around. And even when I like moved out here, I still wasn't like, I've been out here for 12 years, still wasn't like sleeping around with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Then when I would do it, I was just like, I don't really like how that make me feel. And then I'm the type of person that I don't really care about an opinion of me, especially if it's like if it's not to build me. If you tell me that I'm lame because I'm not trying to bag every chick. Like, it don't bother me. So I was like, I just really want to like sit with myself. And then as I sat with myself, I got to value myself as a man more. So then when you start to value yourself, you can't help but to like value everything that you look at. And you don't even let things that aren't valuable into your space.
Yeah.
And so then when my girl, shout out to Mars, when she came into my space, it was just like I'm going to make sure I do this right with you. Like if I'm angry, feeling depressed or any of that, I won't even like have sex with her that day.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like,
That's what we doing over here. That's what we do over here.
That's still an energy. That's still an energy
That's
that I
real.
was
Get your
looking
head
for.
together. I've been Jackson. Why are you here, man?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You understand?
Confirmation. This is what God calls confirmation.
All right, hold
Slay.
on. Let's get
Right, Messenger Jackson.
Yeah. Trying to tell you.
He preaching, man. Where you from? You Cuban?
No, I'm from Indiana, man.
Cuban.
How you get Cuban?
Black Ricky Ricardo over
What the
here.
hell going on, man? Suave dude over here, man. You giving Heather so much ammunition
Not
right now.
me. I'm confirmation. I already
Yeah.
said what I said.
Confirmation, okay.
This
That's
is
right.
just a
That's
confirmation.
that's just Regina and Kevin Jackson, my parents.
That's
you know
your
what I'm
parents?
saying?
Damn, you shout out the parents.
Show
You
me
might be the
that
first
too.
person I know
How
to
long
shout
your
out the
parents been
parents.
married?
Damn.
They've been married for 28 years.
I do got parents' numbers. All right.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. To the whole team, thank you for coming in this
Beautiful.
morning.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the event tonight. To my brother Justin over here, I'm looking forward to the future, our current, the present, and the future. This is called trap poetry, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I wanted to get the internationally acclaimed Emmy, Tony, and Peabody award-winning poet himself,
Yeah.
Black Ice, on the line.
All right.
So I got Black
got
Ice.
Black
on
Ice
the
on
line.
the line?
Black guys.
Black Ice.
What up? What up?
Hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
Family.
Yo, this is crazy.
Yo, Black, this is my brother. I told you.
Oh, Black Ice.
Yeah, so we got Black
That's
Ice,
crazy.
who is one of the strongest voices that
Yes.
this
Yes,
scene
sir.
has ever
Definitely.
seen.
Most
Oh, my
definitely.
God.
He's been a trooper. He's been on the front lines. He's been breaking ceilings, breaking down doors, so folks like us can do, or folks like you can do what it is
Appreciate
you
you,
do. What
for
part of the
real.
world you in? Right. First of all, thank you for calling in, brother. I
Yes.
appreciate you.
You know, anytime, bro. I'm at your service.
Okay, we got some more trap poetry moments gonna happen soon, right? What part of the world you in?
Oh, I'm in Philly. I'm in Philly right now. I'm stateside. You know, hey, real quick, so I just want to add on to y'all conversation. First of all, you asked that nigga was a Cuban, but second, you know, that's hilarious. But just to add on, bro, I appreciate everything you said. Like we kind of cut the same cloth. I want to offer everybody a book, right? Because I heard you talk about intention. You know, it's really about intention when it comes to intimacy. There's a book by Margot Anand called The Art of Sexual Ecstasy, and it's really about sacred sexuality, and it's all about energy and being aware of the energy that you're exchanging and intention. You know, like just being intention. So I just wanted to add that too because what you were saying was real strong, bro. Like I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, we got to talk, man. I really want you to come check out this trap poetry movement, man, and just kind of give this young man Justin Cox some guidance and support, and there's some more events coming soon. So you know, I'm gonna reach out to you. You with it?
Of course.
There you go. Come
Yo,
on, man.
Ice inspired. Ice, man, you inspired a lot of this. Like your the way you deliver your topic, your cadence. I was a slam poetry coach. We have them watch your stuff over and over again. In 2 minutes, you could just transform an entire room. And I can't believe like the way you would say it too, and the intelligence into the stuff you would say. So this is Hughes. Like as a poetry head, this is like a modern Langston Hughes kind of guy. That's why I'm so excited. Like and that's our version.
Keep that excitement.
That's our version of that. Like Jackson's our version of that. These are these new voices. So man, you inspired a lot of this, Ice. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, bro. Man, you just made me feel special.
You are special, brother.
You are special, brother.
Hey, Ice, I wanted to see Jackson is going to do a piece, and I want to see if you could sit and listen to it and give him some feedback.
Of course.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Words. Most of us don't use them right. Most of us think below the bars I set. Could you please recite a riddle from minds that underlines the truth behind my adolescence? Corrupting those around me to fill the footsteps I left them. I'm guessing this question marks the second coming of this rapture. Niggas think they slick until rhythm combined with lectures. Let's hear how I altered the course. Of course you corpse it, forced to short the life you all live on this hopeless source. I hope less for a better day cause it always rains. But then I guess my roots are soaked here I grow again. But crackers keep picking on me for paper. I splinter fingers of haters. I'm the type to get an M and then rearrange it. I'm empty now, but still full of that that compliments my vengeance. I pull this gun on a crooked if it'll free my niggas. Cause if I free my niggas, well shit, we free my niggas. And what we doing after that, I guess we'll seat my niggas. I wanna see my niggas overseas overseeing profit from their own logic without a crooked to stop it. That's what we hear from our own reflection. We look to cage our minds cause maybe then we'll feel more protected. But crookeds is lurking, they pray on prayers of niggas who carry faith. I might lose my place if I show up without it faced. Towards niggas just like me, it ain't like me to offer man, but I'm awful man. The lawful man will kill those unprotected. Here I come, live in direction. Go left or should I go right? Confusion. Look, that's that shit I don't like. Frustration setting in. These issues pulling me from both sides. The left is where my logic lies. My insight is right, though. It ain't always right, though. See, I just got off tempo. My ignorance went left, so my written start to take hold. So I go right back to the music for awareness. So much language in my art, so miss me with comparisons of this guy and that one. Right to go with intuition of these analytic thoughts that set me up for my position. No dissing. When I say that I don't really fuck with people, am I right to create imagery that really fuck with people? We equal. You went left, dog, your number skills are off. You hear the science in your lyrics, man, yo, math ain't adding up. Subtract flows and add those words that I compose, snap on traps with snap raps. Y'all tired like hubcaps, put up points, I'll dub that. This boys in zones that deploys the messages of the Martin Luthers with 2 packs of knowledge for you niggas. They rob us of our freedom, held hostage to the system. Nobody wears the truth, dog, it don't matter how it fits. I'm funny how the cops is shooting, but the niggas come up missing, think about it. Yeah. It's funny how them cops is shooting, but the niggas come up missing. Thank you, Sway. Thank you, Ice. Trap Poetry. UP.
Go!
Wow. Wow.
I told you I knew I was at, Sway. I ain't gonna ever come here and disrespect you.
Yo, because Heather would have kicked you out.
I already know.
Yo, Ice, what do you think? Wow. What do you think, Ice?
Hey, man, listen. You hear me go, like, oh, listen. I love the way, like, let me get, I'm gonna get intricate with you. One, I love when, we make the words dance. That's our job as poets. You make the words, you make them dance, right? Anybody can rant, but when you just make your rant dance, right? That's what you find a word and you find another word. And I like the way you play off a word awful. And then you keep, there's a repetition there, there's some enchantment there. Now, what I will say is listening to you converse. Listening to you converse is different from when I heard you spit the piece. My favorite poets, Amir Suleiman, Sonny Patterson, Red Storm, Tommy Bottoms, Obi West, all of my favorite poets, including myself, we spend years trying to master who we are on stage. The thing about being a poet is just being who you are. If you're not authentic, that's when you fuck up, right? So I would like to hear more conversation. In talking to you and listening to you converse, I heard a different cadence in your voice. So you turned on something, right? And that's more like being an MC. You got bars for days, but the same way, like in your connotation and your tone when you're speaking is very laid back. It's here. It's boom boom. Now you take that energy that you just when you was talking about how you handle yourself, intimately. That same swag, that same energy from there. I would love to hear those bars with your regular mode of conversation.
I like that.
I like that too.
That, Black Guys. You gotta understand. Yeah. Brittany Renner is in here. All our voices got softer. Every cat I know from Amir Sway. You know Amir Sway. Like Amir. Yeah. He's incredible.
Right. Poets don't like dressing rooms. Right. Real poets don't like dressing rooms because we need to feel the energy of the room to know what we have to add to or take away from. Right?
Yes, sir.
is conversing. You know, I can talk to Amir off stage, and we sitting there busting it up. And when they introduce him, he goes on stage, and it's the same Amir. Now he's just rhyming. Now now he makes the words dance a little bit more. You know, so all my favorite poets they turn their poetry into. That's what performance poetry is, taking your poem and turning it into conversation.
There you go. Hey, Black Ice, let me ask you this. First of all, I want to thank you. Give him a big round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Jackson's a cool guy. Can I connect you two? And then y'all can have conversation direct. So I'm going to connect you with Jackson. I appreciate you taking the time to call into the show, man. We love you, brother. We got to get you to be a part of trap poetry.
I'm sorry. Can I? You know, when I'm inspired, I like to spit something.
Oh, please.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, I got a Lord Sear. Hey, Lord Sear, I want to apologize. I know you up next, but we're going to let Black Ice get this off. All right, all right. Turn our mics down.
Because I'm home and cats is killing each other out here, and it's horrible. Reporting live from the murderous streets of the brotherly. Helicopters that hover see everything under the sun here. We under the gun here, finger on the trigger. Can't mistake the stench the way it linger on a nigga, yeah. You got gold you'll find covered here. Where bodies dead, 3 days old, get discovered here. You know the place where naughty head kids don't get mothered here. A familiar face. Failure is fed firsthand. Success will kill your taste. This way they hide it once decided they gonna slight your race. It's customary to cut your nose so you can spite your face. The cops invade your space with the strong arm and the wrong arm of the law. Cock diesel. It's hard to fight the case. This way they smite his grace and take swigs of sweet sorrow and hopelessness with a shot of pain for the chase. This is where the dreams end up as staircase nightmares by the shotgun. This is where the light dares not come. It's dark here, but you feel the heat with hammer spark here. The pen is mighty, but the sword rains, so watch your talk here. Silhouetted and chalk here. Shots fired, funds deaded, kids running. Look how fast the park clear. Nigga, why you staring? Watch your gawk here. You'll be the next where the paramedics leaning over yelling clear. Yeah, this is where the beasts roam. They walk about, and everybody's silent, man. Don't nobody talk about the unspeakable. Where girls go clubbing with their mothers and cats is closer to their street friends than their own brothers and shit. We think nobody love us, and we put everything but God above us and take what scraps they shove us. Consumers, not owners, we copying what they tagging and selling. We bragging and yelling on what we can't afford to. They applaud you for pretending sober. You spin until the spinning's over. No on that rover got you bending over.
Yo, Black Ice, y'all. Come on, man.
Jeez.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
Wow.
Yo, Black Ice, man. Tell people how they can reach you, brother.
I'm on the gram, legendary Black Ice. Yeah, that's about it. I'm on the gram, on Facebook, but you know, I stay in the touch.
I already know, man. Hey, I really appreciate you. I just, responded so quickly. We got work to do. 2023. Okay.
Anytime you're ready, Sway, you got me.
Aw.
Okay, man. Appreciate you, Black Ice. Give him a big.
I never had a chance to say, but I'm a huge fan, and slightly got a crush on you. My bad.
Okay, I'll see you on Urban View right now. Okay, at least you got it off your chest. Don't get stumped by a horse though. All right, brother. I love you. I'm gonna hit you later. All right. My man, Black Ice. Big round of applause for Black Ice. Brittany, thank you.
Thank
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine.
Absolutely. So we in the same business now. So
yeah,
we'll cross paths while you're hosting, and I'm looking forward to seeing you work tonight.
Let's do it.
Okay. Anything you want to say in closing?
I just appreciate you being a beacon of light. Thank you for being positive. This is a safe place here, and I like what you're about.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes,
I like what you're about, too. All right? And I see big things for you. I'm already witnessing it. Okay?
Yeah.
Jackson, that's awesome, brother. You knew where you were.
I knew where I was.
Okay. You knew where you were. Okay. Fresh, Jax, Chuck.
Wow, that's amazing.
Okay. And Justin Cox.
Yes, sir.
My brother.
Chat Poetry Jam.
Let's go.
Check us out. Instagram, chatpoetryjam.com. Come tonight.